Hello and welcome to Shade and the well, let me correct that. The really shady recap panel.
Shady.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's your girl Treese here.
It's Nels.
And really BTV.
Okay. And thank y'all for joining us this Sunday afternoon. Hope everyone is having a great Sunday, fun day. Ravine, what picture were you talking about? Me and Nels were talking about that backstage. DeMarcus, hey boo, good, happy Sunday. Hope everybody had a great Christmas, safe holiday. Thank you for the $5 super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Hopefully the Giants do. Or you said don't win today?
No,
so
I think
y'all won't get the first round. Look, we need something. Let us have something.
Say, let them get the first round. DeMarcus, they need all the help they get.
We need everything we can get.
Because next season, when we come back healthy,
girl, bye.
We going to the bowl.
Ain't nobody worried about y'all. Hey, Lock Queen. Hey, Jaguar.
I'm sorry. Quay. Y'all should be worried about us. Because when's the last time y'all beat us?
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not nice. Not on Sunday. That's not godly.
Not on Sunday.
Ravine said the picture of the two furs on the cover. Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. I put in a little work last night. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all. So we are here to cover Ready to Love season 11, episodes 7 through 8. Okay, because we know we missed last week. Yeah, y'all. I'm after watching today, or I'm sorry, not today, but episode 8. I feel like they're back to playing in our faces, especially these men. Nobody's here to be serious.
It took you to episode 8 to realize?
I think I had hope, because we were talking about, when this group of people is so mature. And I do think that the ladies, I still feel that way. But these men played in our face. What you think, really, B?
I'm sorry. This gonna be my last football comment. I will say this. Shout out to our teams, because listen, this is how we do around here. We are football girls.
Okay.
Well, 2 of us are. I don't know about the third one, child. I don't know about the third one.
No, Nels don't even know.
Nels don't know. But I will say this. If the Eagles, if and when the Eagles get eliminated, I will definitely be pulling for the Bears. I'm here for the Bears. I like the Bears. I'm happy for them clinching their division. So I'll be here for the Bears. Just know. But okay. I got to with the NFC East outside of the Cowboys. I root for the Giants, and I root for the Eagles, the Cowboys. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
how I feel about this episode. So I will say this: watching, like, us not reviewing last week's episode and watching last week's episode versus this week's episode, I think it is very apparent that the women are, which I think generally is generally the case. The women are dating with intention. The women are really there. I think the women are really there looking for something, versus the men that are there on some bull. I think, to be honest, and shout out to Vince. I know he's looked at least one of our reviews, because he said something in the comments. So if you're looking at this one too, shout out to Vince, because I think Vince is the only one that's being honest. People may not like what he's saying, but I think he's being honest.
Yeah. I think when we get into that, I was like, well, I mean, but then at the same time, we're also here on this. So I understood all parts of it. We're going to get into it. We're going to get deeper down the rabbit hole. But I understood all parts where I was like, yeah, you are on a dating show talking about you ready to find love. We're supposed to be serious. But what you're not going to do is press me. We'll get there. So anyway.
I like Steven the teacher.
What happened?
Ravine was saying, I like Steven the teacher.
Okay, look, let me run the intro so
let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Let's get shady.
Let's get shady.
Shade in the city, true hit like a banger. I said it, I meant it, no need for disclaimers. Haters right away, but they just false claimers. Concrete beats are heavy like cinder. Looking for one, but the streets feel winter. No filters, no edits, I'm raw with my splinters. My life a movie, they watching us trailers. I'm not gonna hold you. Shade in the city, there's life in the mood. You like and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. This is my word, I just let you inside. Shade in the city, I'm not gonna hold you. Shade in the city, my words gon' console you. Like and subscribe if you're feeling the vibe.
All right. So we know that episode 7, Tommy. Let me get in our respective corners here. Boom. All right. So we know Tommy has told the men that he wants them to invite or introduce their, future potential connections to their exes. I don't know why we do this. I always think that this is a piss poor assignment.
I love it.
You like it?
I love it.
Why? I think
I
it's
want to meet the ex.
why what. That's funny to me that you are the person that says let's meet the ex because
Yep.
like I don't. Here's my thing. There's so many elements involved in an ex situation. I don't see the purpose in it because I have no interest in meeting. Now, I don't have a problem. Like if I date a guy and he dated somebody and they were able to maintain a friendship, I don't care about that. But I don't feel like I need to sit down and have a kumbaya with her because clearly it didn't work. Like the end of the story is,
but I want to know why.
But
not
what
just
didn't work.
His side.
But I don't need to know what didn't work because, and I hear what you're saying. I understand that perspective. But for me, what didn't work between the two of y'all might be what works between us.
And that's true. But I still want to know. And I don't want to just hear it from his side.
Yeah, I understand the friends one, but the ex, I just feel like that's just television being messy. And again, I get it.
You know what?
I get it. We're producing a show. So, I mean, go for the mess. I get it. But I just feel like that's all it is. It's just television being messy.
What was funny with the ex?
What?
The one with Vince. Remember, Donna?
Oh, yeah. I thought the one
Donna
with
was like, oh, yeah, everybody's saying that he likes to debate and he's arguing or he's aggressive or whatever like that. First thing the ex said was, yeah, we broke up because he likes to debate and he's argumentative.
Right. And then they began to debate about debate. Girl.
Now that was funny. And I was like, well, she proved her point. But again, so that's a perfect example of what I mean. That's something that wouldn't bother me because I love to debate too. We could debate all night as long as it doesn't turn into an argument and it turn nasty. Baby, I'll debate all day.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm
Donna
saying. Something like that doesn't
just
bother me.
I don't think Donna is that way. I think she just hasn't seen it.
I think Donna and
well, she said she ignores red flags.
Not only that, but I think Donna has decided that she likes events, so I think it doesn't matter. I think she's decided that she likes events, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vibe I got too. Because when she was like, "Oh well, you can just be quiet. You don't have to get the last word," I said, "Oh no,
Right?
I said, "Yeah." I said, "She's on one." So let's move on to we got the date with Cardi and his ex Day here. He's invited Dom, Ashanti, and Shannon. And so basically they're sitting here and Day is like, yeah, so what type of girl are you and what do you like to do? And I forgot what started. Okay, so no, Ashanti shows up. Everything seems to be going fine and they keeping it cute. Her and Dom were kind of sparring for a little bit, but Dom didn't fall for it. But Ashanti comes.
Well, yeah, I think she asked Dom like if she was
are you high maintenance or something like that.
Like, well,
yeah.
It depends on what you consider high maintenance, because regardless, I can afford it.
Right.
Okay.
And what I didn't like is she was like, I'm a girl's girl, but yeah, are you high maintenance? And I was like, well, why say you're a girl's girl and then come at me like that? That just was that didn't even make sense, but okay.
I love that Dom was not moved.
No, and that's what I'm saying. She didn't even play into it. And so, Shannon was sitting there just sipping her drink. She was like, I ain't gonna let nobody ruffle my feathers again. She gives very
Look, at one point she did. Remember, she was literally clutching her pearls.
Right. So that's when Ashanti shows up and she's like, oh, Cardi's my dog. And so that I don't know what opened the floodgates for this girl to go after her like she did. But she was like, dog, no, that's supposed to be your man. And, when she sat down talking about Dom and she was like, oh, baby, you look cute today or something like that. She was like, I need that type of energy. And what did she say? He likes he's very sexual or something like that. So he needs a lot of that. He needs that type of energy. And she was like, and this is what I think me and Really B were talking about. Why am I talking about this with you? Well, first of all, why are you coming at me about any type of energy dealing with this man? You get what I'm saying? So for me, this whole thing was wrong. She was coming at her wrong. And Ashanti's a better woman.
And then you're telling me what he likes.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I don't. That's not how I get down. So we got to meet in the middle.
Go ahead, Really B.
So this is a perfect example, like you just said. I feel like she was looking for a moment. I feel like she was being performative and she was looking for a moment. And that's all I took back from that. Nothing she said. And I do feel like she decided to pick on the one person. She didn't, like you said, I don't like her energy. I ain't like how she showed up, whatever. But girl, that ain't even why you're here. Like she was doing the most, but I feel like she was looking for a moment. From the minute she walked up, I just honestly, she gives me now. This is where me and Chanel would be on the same page because I feel like she still want him.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
was
like
given.
Call
I
her
still
tomorrow. I feel like if he called her tomorrow, she'd be like, all right, and be on her way. I don't feel like they're just platonic friends. I feel like there's still some feelings, at least on her side. So yeah.
We know Precious Mahogany. We're going back because we missed last week.
We missed last week, y'all.
Yeah,
We're doing
so
both
we are
episodes,
going to get into
y'all. We're doing both episodes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I was like, okay, that's really crazy. And
I'm
so,
here,
yeah.
y'all. I'll be right back.
All right. And so then, yeah, no, we move on.
I think I would even be curious to know which ex he chose and why.
Well, I guess he said they knew each other for 20 something years, and so I guess they go way back, and maybe I figured they were like maybe clearly for know each other that long, they must be high school sweethearts or something. That's what it gave me.
He just said it was his first love.
Yeah, like that was his first love or something. So yeah, so then we move on afterwards. Cardi and Day, they sit down and discuss who, she does and doesn't like. Of course, she don't see it for Ashanti. But she does say Dom is her number one pick for him. And so yeah, now Cardi isn't really sure where him and Ashanti are gonna stand after that whole debacle. And I said, well, you let it happen, you didn't intervene. So what did you expect? I'm just saying. Now we see Bello's date. He has invited Dom and Ashanti to meet his ex Tara. I actually like Tara. Dom shows up and plants a kiss on him. She's like, that's my man, my man, my man. Okay. And so Tara was like, well, what do you like about Bello? And she was like, I just feel like, every time I look at him, we're just in our own little world. It's just us. And I said, okay, girl, if that's what he gets, forever, right?
Okay.
So, and she's like, I feel like he's gonna be my favorite person ever. So then Ashanti shows up, and Bello says that although he does have a strong connection with Dom, he believes that him and Ashanti share a lot in common. And so Tara asked the ladies if they can no. So Tara was like, so are y'all here for like just serious relationships or marriage? And so they all agreed, like, no, we trying to, we here for something serious. And I think like we said earlier, we can all agree probably every woman here is here with and being intentional with a purpose of actually finding their person. And so Tara basically tells Bello that, you know what, you need somebody to look at you the way Dom does. Okay. And hold on. And so Ashanti was like, oh, and then I think she asked about the connections and why Ashanti really hasn't had a chance to form a connection with Bello. And so she tells her because, it's an intense process and all the other men have been more aggressive. And Bello uses the excuse that, every time he's around, Ashanti's talking to somebody else. So I guess
because they're more aggressive than you.
Right. And so I love when Tara, again, in knowing who he is, was like, well, you're not very rude. So you're not the type to cut in and interrupt the conversation.
Dom said I would.
So then this is where the conversation kind of turned for me because they start talking about his romantic side and how he's not really into PDA, but Dom very much is. Ashanti agrees that that's not really her thing, but then we see them leave the date or whatever, and obviously he kisses her.
Yeah, he told her, I'm gonna give you some PDA today.
Okay. And so I said, okay, well, he meeting you in the middle. I ain't mad at it. Do your thing, Bello. And so then, yeah, we just end up seeing him. No, I thought I had this already. We end up. Oh, no. That's the end. My bad.
Oh,
and
is
so,
that what it is? It's because he's Muslim?
What? That he's not a PDA type of guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's no. Oh, no, here come really no. Where'd you come from?
Sorry.
No.
I mean, the only reason why I say that is because, and I said this not, the last time we did the review, I think we need to stop. And I'm not talking about anybody in the chat. I'm just saying in general. I think we need to stop like, oh, he's Muslim. Like Muslims do, like there aren't Muslims out here that drink and smoke and PDA and have children out of wedlock. Like just because he's Muslim doesn't put him on a higher plane as a Christian. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I say no. He got a whole child from a one night stand. So I don't think PDA is because he a Muslim. Sorry, not sorry.
Okay. All right, really be.
Look, Brave Thoughts, press play. Episode 7 and 8 were so weird because they were people on dates. I agree, that didn't have real connections, and everyone now had too many connections. Absolutely agree.
And listen, and you know what? I agree, because remember I said that. I said the one thing I'm enjoying about this season is that people didn't clock in too soon and be like, that's my man and I'm not open to the process. But now that we're later on in the process, that because last Friday night's episode, I was like, oh my gosh, is this episode ever gonna end? Because it just seemed like it was a million dates because nobody had narrowed anything down. Like now is the time. Okay, it's okay now. Like now you can limit it. Hello.
Right. Now is the time. I get where Nicole was coming from. Pick me.
Right. Like
okay,
damn.
At this point, that's where we should be at. But yeah, so Tara says that after, we learned that Ashanti and Bello read the same book. I don't remember the title, but apparently they share this in common.
It made me want to go read it.
Right. He said he only knows 2 other people that have read it. And so he's like, damn, we do have a lot more in common. And so Tara said after seeing that, she was like, yeah, I was Team Dom at first. She said, but after seeing that, no, I think you need to explore your connection with Ashanti a little bit more. And I was like, I hear you. I can agree with that. Now, can I tell y'all how much this man get on my nerves? I'm sorry.
Cool,
and maybe it's because I know what I know about him.
Oh, Darius. My man was talking about all the Beijing he got.
Child.
I don't notice it.
I told y'all even before I found out about these alleged accusations.
So really, do you want to fill us in for those that weren't here, those that didn't catch the video, on just a brief synopsis?
Sure.
Sure.
So there's a young lady, her name is Nicole, who is alleging that Darius is a scam artist, that he's a thief. She alleges that they were married very briefly. She's alleged that they were married, but she said in the span of that marriage, basically she bought him a car. She gave him over $100,000 that he made a bunch. At a certain point, it ain't a loan no more, but it started off, she loaned him money, he would pay it back, and then she would, you know how people get you with the, let me borrow $20, you pay back the $20, and the next time it's $50. She kind of hit him with that one. She hit him with that one. And this is her side of the story, y'all. This is her side of the story. And allegedly, basically, she just said he's a scam artist. I mean, she even went so far as to say that the man is on EBT. And instead of owning his house, rents his house, she said he does not have a business. It's all lies. Now, that's what she said. That's just one side of the story. I actually am supposed to be talking to somebody today that's going to give me a different perspective. So I may be coming back with a follow-up video because allegedly there's another side to that story. But I'm going to tell you what I believe. In my opinion, I believe he's a scammer. Now, I ain't saying that the other woman is on the up and up, but I told you I felt like that. I felt that way about him even before this.
Oh wow, Jaguar. Okay.
Right?
Look,
he is the king of Detroit, but allegedly may be charged federally for EBT.
Okay.
My.
Thank you for throwing the allegedly in there. Hey, Gabby. So yeah, y'all. So we see Darius. He brings Ashley and Nicole to meet his ex, Ashley. Now, Nicole, the first question she has is, because she's like, how long did y'all date? And Ashley was like, it was on and off, but she never really answered the question.
She didn't.
So that's when Nicole is like, well, how long y'all been off? And is there a chance that it might be back on at any point?
And that's a good question.
And that was a very valid question. So, thank you, Miss Kat and Jay, for the $20 super sticker. Thank you. But yeah, so I was like, that's a little suspect. Huh?
She said, where Peter?
Right. And so yeah, they sit there, and this is when this whole Nicole is insecure. And I didn't think that personally, that question or that what made her insecure. I didn't think so.
I don't think it was that question. I think it was when she said Darius likes a secure, like a confident woman.
And she
when
said,
she
I'm
walks
not
into
that.
the
No,
room,
I get what you're saying.
and she was like, I wouldn't describe myself that way.
Right. So yeah, and Ashley is just, oh no, he's just so great. He's so wonderful. And he make me feel so good, from my head down to my toenails, follicles. And you know what I'm saying? That's my man, my baby. All right. And so of course, Ashley's like, I like her. She seemed like she really, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like,
I think it take him to get ready.
I just want to know what he leaves on the pillow when he get up.
I said the same thing when my boyfriend said that that it's Beijing. I was like, does that stuff stain like shoe polish? Like
it does. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but it. I mean,
well, look, remember, she said she loves his polished look. So I mean,
I guess he has to sleep with like a scarf and a bonnet, honey.
Right.
He sleep with a bonnet on. But look, no, he said even his beard is Beijing.
Look, she over there manifesting her polished look. All right, okay. She got what she wanted, but basically, like Nels touched on, Ashley talks to Nicole, and she basically lets her know that you're gonna have to be a little more confident. He wants a woman, you know what I mean? He's extra, so he wants somebody when he walk into a room that they not gonna be threatened because he's extra. And she was like, well, that ain't me, girl. And then this is when we see, this is the picture Ravine's talking about. He decides he's going to give her with a fox, I believe it was a fox. And that's why I literally titled it Fox Fur.
I guess that's just a Detroit thing because I don't want no parts of that.
Well, Detroit is cold, so maybe that's what.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I guess it's a Detroit thing with the furs or whatever. I mean, I do know that, like, I do know people in Detroit, like everybody has a fur. Like it's not even a flex in Detroit to have a fur. But that thing around my neck, what is that? I'm not doing that.
You said that thing around my neck.
I'm not doing that.
I can't. Y'all are terrible. Look,
as a kid in New York, I had a lot of furs. I think
you said what? As a kid, what?
In New York, I had a lot of furs.
Well, of course, because it's colder. DeMarcus, thank you for the $5 super sticker. We appreciate you. I think
DeMarcus.
I think an ex posted that it was a fake rabbit fur from off of Temu. Damn, Jaguar, you just got all the
good looking fake though. It's all fluffy and stuff.
It is fluffy.
So was a dog.
Not a dog.
I said a dog, but a dog is fluffy. Like.
So then we get into Vince and literally his debates or dates, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so he's invited Nicole, Donna, and what's this, Shannon? Two.
Nicole, Ashante, and Donna.
Oh, that's another one that confused me that Ashanti was even there. Was anybody else? This was the first one. I was like, why is she there?
I feel like production made them bring 3 people because why did all of them just have 3 random people?
Mm-hmm.
That made no sense to me. But
Quay said it looked like a sick ferret. Oh my God.
So Vince has his ex Ebony meeting Donna and Ashanti and Nicole. He says that him and Ebony had a real rocky relationship, and so Donna shows up, says she ain't seen no red flags, as we mentioned earlier. And she said, but it's still up in the air how he'll behave, when she gets uncomfortable, right? So this is where they messed up. Why wasn't Lauren in this scene?
Okay, who's Lauren? I still don't know this.
I can't.
That's the tall
one.
Tall.
That would have made more sense. Lauren should have been in this scene.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And to your point, really, at this point, they're just picking people to throw out there because Nicole is even on a stretch for me, but it should have been Donna and Lauren.
Big Bird. Anyway.
No, why Big Bird? Oh, don't do that. So so basically Ashanti arrives and Vince admits that he hasn't been able to get deep with her, so I don't even know why she's there. Donna starts asking about why the relationship ended. Ebony says he's very passionate, he likes to debate, and it can come off as argumentative. And then, of course, they start debating about debating, and all ladies are just sitting there looking. Okay? And so, that's when Donna insinuates that maybe, well, maybe he wasn't the only one that was the problem in the relationship. She can always just be quiet. She doesn't have to get the last word. And that's when I was like, okay, girl, I'm good. I'm good off you. I'm real good off you. All right. And then they try to make Ashanti seem like because she don't want to sit up in the house and be taking care of kids, that she's immature and she's too young. And I just didn't like that narrative. I think that she's like probably most young women in her early 30s with no kids and has a good job, and you know what I mean? And so yeah, I'm eating out. I'm not sitting at home, and I'm not about to watch those kids. It's not mine. For real. So if that means I'm not the person for you, cool. But don't make it seem like, oh, I'm too mature because I don't want to be up in the house.
Well, I think that just means they're in different places in their life. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to go out, but
Right.
like where I am in my life, like y'all know, I'll get on a flight before I'll go to a club.
Right.
So I just think there's just there. I don't think that making it seem like, oh, well, I don't know. Like, I don't think anybody's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just different in different places.
No, and I think I agree wholeheartedly with you on that. Yeah, they're just.
I think she just doesn't like the label of.
Yeah, I didn't like how because the words in this show, and then they carry that and they take that back to deliberation.
Because she could have called him a grandpa.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't.
Look, Monique said, I can't even believe he's still on the damn show. Yeah, he made it. Surprisingly, he made it. And speaking of another one, and I ain't gonna lie to you, yes, is he cute? But y'all, this man is not putting in any damn effort whatsoever.
Yeah, that's why when somebody was like, I like the teacher, I'm like, And
I did like him too. Like aesthetically, yes. When I look at him, yes.
But he know what to say in front of the friends, didn't he?
No, because didn't they say it sounds real professional or something like that? He sounds like
I think that was Bello.
Was it?
They called him a politician.
Hold on, let me look back at my notes.
They said Bello had the politician answers.
Okay, yeah. Right. So, but yeah, what we learned
was the one coming through with the wife this and the wife that, and within the 2 years, and I said,
oh well, that was episode 8.
Oh, and I'm gonna change her name in my phone. I thought, okay.
Well, see, that's now granted, I don't know how true that is. And this is why I'm questioning it, because literally episode 7, which we know and how they film, was probably maybe a day difference. You literally said that every woman at the table called you out about how you're emotionally unavailable. And then the next episode, that you want marriage.
And not romantic.
Right. So it's not giving consistency. It's giving, he said what needed to be said because he got called out for being unavailable this episode. And this is what made me, because I was like, oh, so you just not even putting in effort. When she was like, she's texting him and he's not picking up what she's putting down. I was like, I'm never trying that hard. We just wouldn't be texting each other.
Yeah. Too much.
But look, they said he looks like he used to be bigger and lost weight. Might have. But basically they meet with his ex Amber, and what we got from this situation, they think Lauren is the best fit for him. Which I kind of feel like Ashanti is a little bit better, but that's just me. Let's move on to Devin's Day and Nicole completely crashing the out. All right. Where we at? And there they go. Oh, don't tell me I lost his day, because that was the best part.
What, the picture?
Yeah, of I have Devin and Kayla, but I don't have all.
Thank you, Mona Wilson, for the super sticker.
Oh, thank you, Mona. So we just gonna go with this one. But yeah, so Devin invites Shannon, Nicole, and Dom out to meet his ex Kayla. Basically, he gives all of them gifts, and she thought she was special. She thought she was special.
I thought that was hilarious. She said, yeah, we just had a bonding moment because he gave me a gift.
And production know they was shady for keeping that in there, knowing that man gave everybody a gift.
Okay. And
everybody that walked in, he passed them a gift. I said,
the way we literally seen, and again, to really B's point, production is wrong, because the way they kept zeroing in on her face every time he gave somebody else a bag.
That was shady.
She was so heartbroken. I was like, well, and so yeah, so we literally see, so the what's the baby girl name? I forgot. Kayla is asking, like, so yeah, so what type of guy, or what do you like about him? And she just, oh no, and I don't want him to like anyone else, and I don't want him to give anyone else anything. And mind you, these two ladies are sitting right beside her, and she's like, I don't want him to talk to anybody, I don't want him to see anybody. I said, oh, whoa, come back, girl, come back.
Ray thought press play said, I don't think Nicole knew this was a group date. You think she thought she was the only one invited?
I don't know, but literally Nubian, secondhand embarrassment for my good girl. Secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
And to me, Devon is so put together and so nice. So to see him try to be like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, it was almost like he was scared of her reaction. And remember when she even said that, she said, I don't want to scare him.
Well, remember, girl,
she said that
she's not doing a good job.
I think she scares everybody.
So yeah, y'all. Needless to say, Nicole got herself canceled. Okay. So then we move on to the men deliberating. And yeah, we already know it's gonna be Ashanti and Ashante and what's the baby girl name? Nicole. So Bello invites Ashante out and tells her that the men are getting homie lover friend vibes from her. All right. And so they need more, romantic vibes, and you need to stop calling us dog and stuff like that. That's just not really what doesn't give romanticized at all.
It doesn't. He ain't wrong. That it don't.
Right. And then Vince invites Nicole out and said, girl, you gotta go. You gotta go home, girl. This just ain't gonna work out. We talked, and the word insecure continued to come up. And that's why I said about the words. Now, was this accurate for her? Yes. But that's why I said when Vince said about Ashanti being immature, that's why I said I don't like the word that he used, because it carries over and then you keep hearing it.
I got you.
But yeah, y'all. Yeah. It was a wrap.
Yeah, I knew she was going home after that. Bye, Nicole.
I like Devin because, as Really B said,
I like Steve more than Devin. I don't like Devin at all.
I like Steve again aesthetically, but now that we know romantically, emotionally, and not so much for me. I'm a big emotional girl. So for me, thank you so much, Extra Smoke Dragon. Yes, y'all, if y'all haven't already,
both dry,
hit the like button. But Devin gives me the vibe, even though he may be dry, he will romanticize you. He is going to text you good morning and good night, and baby, I'm just thinking about you, and let me send flowers to you. He brought them gifts just cause. You get what I'm saying?
I just don't like him. I just don't like him. He would just be one of them dudes that like brought me a gift, and it's like, thank you, but I still don't like
you terrible.
But I still don't like you.
See, but that be the one. Look, it be the one that got away.
Not the one that got away. That's girl, bye. That's the one that you be glad to get away from.
You stupid. So then we start off. Chill is not dry. What? No, what did it say? Chill is not dry nails.
What?
Nails like the bad boys. Yeah, she do. She do like a little edge.
Good boy, y'all. He's not bad. I don't gotta. What?
He got a little edge to him.
What'd you say?
I said he got a little edge to him. He ain't dry. I'll give you that.
Oh no, my man ain't dry, but he ain't bad.
All right, let's move on to episode 8.
I'll be back, Trish.
All right, gotcha. The ladies meet with Tommy, and he tasked them with introducing their connections to their friends. So that's where we're at now. So then we see Ashanti. She has decided she's going to invite her homegirls. I believe their name was Delonda and Kaya, to meet Steven, Cardi, and Bello. Now, I do remember her saying something about her having a connection with Cardi. I guess we seen her connect with Bello. So yeah, this is legit. Okay. So this was actually legit. And I do think her friends did a good job of questioning the guys like they did.
And I like the fact that they actually had an activity, that they weren't just sitting around having drinks. Like, I like that they were doing something.
I'd like that too.
And Cardi looks so much better with his hair done. I just don't understand why we didn't start here.
This is true. I think we started. He had something going on when we.
He had nothing going on. It was blown. It was blown.
Oh no!
Out.
You know what? It was.
And then he said it got wet. He was sweating it out. But again, the braids look so much better.
I agree. So Ashanti brings up the subject of the argument that took place on date with Cardi and meeting, his ex. And Cardi claims that, he was trying to diffuse things, but it got out of hand. Basically, Ashanti feels like it's bullshit. Bello talks about, him being a Muslim. And so they're like, oh, well, are you going to expect her to convert? And he's like, nah, she can do what she want to do. But they don't know if they really believe him like that.
Her friend is Muslim, and her friend was like, that ain't even how I go.
And so then her friends think Steven is great, but he needs to work on his confidence. And again, this is somebody reiterating, he's just cool, just late. Like, I think he's just getting by because he's cute and he's there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And they said Cardi is just not it at all. And they feel like, oh, this is what he gives textbook answers, was what they said.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, light skin.
But I think the friends did a good job. I think the friends asked a really good question. So I agree. I agree. I think they did a good job.
Not haircut me, please, C. Golden. You are hilarious. Ashanti's friends did her justice and actually asked pertinent questions. They did the best job. Well, you know what? That's so funny that you think that they did the best job, because I actually have to give kudos to our girl. Shout out to Mercedes that spun the block for her girl Shannon. I don't know if this was because of the show or if they're really friends in real life, but we see Shannon. She just invited Darius, Steven, and Devin or Devon. And so Mercedes starts grilling them like straight up. She's like, okay, so y'all all got other connections. How many connections, and where does she fall in those connections? And they're all like, oh, she's in the top two. She's in the top two. And so basically all the men are kind of saying the same thing, and Mercedes and Shannon are picking up on this. So once everybody, and so then I do like when Darius brings up his 4 kids, and Shannon was like, okay, so why did it not work out with any of their mothers? Who were you with the longest?
Right. And she was
like, why didn't you marry? Yes. Mm-hmm. I love that she asked the right questions, because I was like, how long are we going to skirt around this?
Yeah, I do think they're friends in real life. I think their friendship is probably what helped get her on the show, honestly. Because, this is not the first time we've seen friends of one season and then they have a friend on another season. So I think production probably asked them, do you know anybody that lives in this city? Blah, 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 blah. Because this isn't the first time we've seen that. But I do think she asked questions to get to the nitty gritty, because she has been on the show. Because she went straight to, how many connections do you have? Well, where does she fall? That's language that because you've been on the show,
Yes, exactly. I agree, Ravine. Why didn't anybody ask that yet? But yeah, no, because she's been on the show, I felt like we didn't waste time in pleasantry. She just got in.
Yeah, she was like, I know how this go.
Right.
So let's get to it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think there's definitely was an advantage there.
And then I can even appreciate after the men leave, she lets her know straight up, baby, your connection ain't here. And Shannon said, after that conversation, I realized that my damn self.
Right. After this, I agree. So I think Mercedes did a good job of cutting, like you said, cutting through the bull hockey and getting to the meat and potatoes of the situation.
Brave Thoughts press play. Yeah, Brave Thoughts press play. Oh, you do reviews. Oh, welcome. I need to go follow you.
We need to. Do either one of us have any mods in the chat? I don't know if we have any mods.
I was gonna say I don't think we have any mods, but I think I'll try to go from my side.
Yeah, I'll try to find
Brave Thoughts. We'll definitely follow you. But we'll definitely. Steven does better meeting the friends one-on-one instead of group setting. Okay, I can see that. He did do better when it was a one-on-one situation. So that might be it. I feel like Mercedes was taken aback by all the guys having so many connections, because that is not how her season went at all. Yeah, because wasn't she on Miami? And no offense, Miami was terrible.
Miami was a shit show.
Miami was terrible. I don't think any of them people.
Both seasons of Miami was a shit show.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the only thing we got from Miami was a baby, but because I do think Brandy and Mike did end up having a baby, but
they were the last couple that needed to have anything.
Right.
Remember how they used to fight and break up and make up? Remember how they were toxic? I met them at Simone and Rashid's retirement. I mean, Lord, retirement engagement. It was a retirement engagement party. I met them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, y'all. So let's move on. Nels, you got anything to add on this situation with Mercedes and her telling Shannon that basically her connection ain't here?
No.
Yeah, nope. That was it. So then we move on to Lauren. Now she has several dates. I just picked the easiest picture where she's sitting down with her homegirls, but she has Bello, Steven, and Vince. They call out Bello because, and y'all could probably get more into it because this is when I kind of got distracted, but they call out Bello because they say he's giving very political answers. Mm-hmm. Now I'm trying to remember what they asked him specifically. That
I think they asked
all of his answers
him to her, and he was like, she's captivating, and what else he said? He was like, she, you know, has great conversation, and they thought he was giving very politician.
Thank you, Smoke. My mod, he shared it. Thanks, Smoke.
Yeah, thank you, Smoke. I saw that. Appreciate
y'all. Get over there. I'm gonna check you out too. I didn't know you were did reviews either. I'm gonna check you out. And thanks for coming through. And y'all check them out. Y'all know how we do around here.
Yeah,
y'all check them out.
I'm sorry. But go ahead, Nels. You were talking about the questions.
No, that was it.
Oh. But yeah, so no, then they basically feel like Steven came in, gave all good answers. Vince is argumentative as usual. They just asked the man his height and he won't give a straight answer. He's like,
no, I disagree. I disagree. That was on them.
He said
he gave his height, and they were like, "Are you sure it's 6'2" or is it really 5'11"? And he was like, "What?" Like,
what they were saying was, is that what the doctor told you, or is that like your man answer? And he's just like, what? I think they were trying to joke with him, and
he's like, what are you gonna do with this information? Why are you asking? And I was just like, okay, calm down. Like, that's the only thing where I could say.
Yeah, she was like, it was a lighthearted question.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know. Because I did this, I felt the same way. Maybe, I don't know. I felt the same way. I was like, huh? Because it was, I don't know. Maybe it was meant to be a joke that just didn't land for me.
I think it was meant to be a joke because a lot of dudes lie about their height. They usually add a couple inches.
Because even when he was like, okay, so here's my thing. If I throw a joke out, when you realize that the people didn't get the joke, then you just be like, oh, we just playing with you, bruh. But it was almost like they matched his energy when he was like, well, what you gonna do with this information? They were like, well, just answer the question. It's a simple question. Like, I just felt like, on both, I don't know. I felt like they started that because he answered, y'all asked the man how tall he was and he answered your damn question.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that, and then I feel like from there it just kept. That's why I was shocked at the end when they were like, "We like Vince," because I was like, "Well, damn, I couldn't tell."
Right, I was shocked too.
I'm sorry, but the friends giving Mean Girls and making an inside joke for later, then tried to bring up Lauren wearing heels. Okay.
Now that was right. That could have been there. Like at the beginning, they could have said, "Oh, well, you know, Lauren is tall. She likes to wear heels, and that's been an issue in the past with guys who." You know, are self-conscious about that. That's a valid answer. But I just felt like they were trying to be shady. And when he threw it back at them, then it was like they were going to go back and forth. All they had to say from the beginning was, well, you know, and again, if it was supposed to be a joke, you could tell the joke didn't land. Just let the shit go.
Well, that part. Look, Outspoken Diva agrees. It was a bad joke. I was confused with Vince.
Yeah, because I mean, I was the same way. Like, nigga, I answered your question. What you want me to say?
Look, failed humor is the responsibility of the user. Okay,
right. Like, if a comedian if a joke bombs, that's on the comedian to figure out a way to, you know, bring it back around. Like, I feel like it was a bad joke. I don't think they meant any harm, but it turned into a situation. And because I think Vince already has the reputation of being argumentative, yes, his personality is prickly. I'll give you that. But I don't know. I ain't think that one was on him. But I think because he has the reputation, it looked bad on him because he already has that reputation.
Now, first of all, Nikki B, you're hilarious. It seems like Lauren, aka Brienne of Tarth, seems to be insecure about her height.
You know what?
You have to know Game of Thrones to understand it.
I know Game of Thrones. That's why I'm like, you know what?
but to your point, yes, I was shocked that they were impressed.
I think she was shocked too.
But one thing I will say, I didn't like the fact when they said something about, oh, well, you're very colorful or something like, and he was like,
oh,
you know
yes.
what? And when he just walked off on that, he was like, you know what? I don't even know how to take that, but y'all have a good life.
He's like, I ain't about
right,
to
like again. I just think their personalities just,
right. And then I think this is where my picture is in, ladies. I don't think I have a shot for is it Darius? No. Oh, okay. Well, I do, but I just didn't get Cardi. So next we see Ashley.
Jaguar said that's why I call her Big Bird.
Next we see Ashley. She introduces Cardi to her friend Bree. Bree calls him out for not being intentional and not really putting in any effort, is what I got. And I just felt like here was another one. If that's how you feel, why are we here? This is episode 8. If you feel the man is not really putting any effort, clearly he is not.
You said who? Cardi? Cardi not putting
effort? Cardi and Ashley. Oh, okay. And so it was like, so why is he even here on this date?
And that's why I say I feel like because the women because there are no clear couples at this point, I think production was like, just pick 3 people.
Oh, you know what? My bad, brave thoughts. I'll let the ladies dig more into that because my notes get a little skimpy after that. They want to get more into the date with Bello, Lauren, and Steven and their separate individual. Remember when I know we grazed over it, but basically it was Bello giving political answers and Steven, saying all the right things.
Basically saying, that, outside of teaching, he's a regular guy. He spends a lot of times with his nieces and nephews. He currently doesn't have any kids.
Right. They asked him about did he want kids? He said, yeah.
He said he wants marriage.
Lauren promised him a baby girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Lauren promised him a baby child.
Ooh, I love this, Nikki B. Darius is a clown and Don's calculation was spot on. Now, it may not have been warranted, but I do agree that it might have been spot on.
Y'all, I got to get ready to hop off because I'm double booked today.
No. We almost done here. So basically,
okay, well, yeah, let's wrap it up then. I mean, I'm not rushing y'all. I'm gonna just jump off.
No. I need to jump off as well. So basically, Ashley has the date. They lay into Cardi. Darius lays it on thick, says all the right things that he thinks she wants to hear. It literally felt like love bombing. There was even one point where she's like, her friend was like, well, what do you need from her? And she was like, yeah, because I'm trying to figure out what I need to do to be wifey, right? And he's just like, no, I mean, I'm not going to try to shape her or mold her. She may have to be somebody different than who she was for the last man, but I want her as she is and all this. And I was just like, I'm not even going to hold you. I tuned out after a while because it just felt like, wah, 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 wah.
Exactly, because he's full of ish.
Right. And so that's how I felt about that. And so then we see, y'all got to finish up the last few dates because I ain't got it to do. Donna and Vince, and then I think it was Dom and her friends.
You have the pictures or no?
Mm-mm.
So then we see Donna invited her friends, Ebony and Angel, to meet Vince and Steve. And basically, she want to know, like, why do you like her? And he said, she's smart, she's beautiful, and basically, I'm a 7, and with her, she's giving me 8.5. She basically upgrades me. So they asked him if he's ready for marriage, and he said, he's not dating for marriage. He's dating to get to know somebody. And he said that he does want to be married, but he ain't about to force it. So they say, Donna's on the timeline because she wants children, and he said he don't mind having kids, but he would be okay not having them. And he can't move any faster based on somebody else's timeline. So then Steve got there and basically said that he does have a timeline. Okay, if he's in a relationship, he thinks it should be like within 2 years. Ebony said, that Donna is Love. And he was like, I'm going to change her name in my phone to Love because right now it says Donna Banks. Apparently that's his last name. I said, see, this is what I was talking about with Steve going hard.
Yeah.
And the lady said that They like both of them, but they don't like how Vince kind of ran away from the timeline question. And they like the fact that Steve used the word wife a lot and gave a timeline, and feel like she should give more energy to Steve.
So I'm gonna say this. I do feel like if you are on a timeline and you desire to be married within a timeline, then yeah, Vince isn't your guy. Because Vince is gonna slow walk it. Vince is gonna take his time. Vince already has kids. One is damn near out the house grown. I think he said she's in college. So
yeah.
I mean, he said that he's open to having kids, but what that really means is, yeah, I'll date a woman who wants to have children, and if she get pregnant, I'm okay with it. But no, I don't desire to have children. That doesn't mean he won't be a good dad to those kids, but it's what you're looking for. And again, I respect that he's being honest. He's giving you the honest answers. Now you need to take from it what you need to take. He's telling you, look, I don't think this is. I'm not telling you you're gonna have a ring in 2 years. So that's what you're looking for. I'm not your guy. Now I may wake up 6 months from now and realize you're the one. But what he's saying is, I'm not gonna lock myself into that. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear just to impress your friends. Then again, take that what you want and walk away with it. You don't have to like his answers, but I think he was being unlike Bello and I don't think he was giving these textbook, yeah, I'm saying what you want to hear answers. I'm telling you how I really feel, and I'm not going to change that just because you didn't like my answer. But again, but the flip side of that, somebody could say, well, then why are you on a show called Ready to Love? But it doesn't say ready to marry, it says ready to love. He said, I'm ready to love.
Right.
So I just feel like if the purpose of that was to cut through the bullshit, I feel like they got the answers. You know?
Yeah.
No. Anything to add, Trace?
Yep.
No, nothing to add. I think she summed that up very well.
So then the next date is Dom, and she invited her friends Sharonda and Elena to meet Cardi, Bello, and Devin. I always want to say Devon, and I think it's your fault. So, and really, I'm not a fan of Cardi, but he did bring flowers to each date. Okay. Now they wanted to make sure that Cardi was single. And Dom is just like, obviously, and actually I can appreciate them asking him that, because I mean, he could still be lying, but some of these people did come on the show and have people back home. So, you know what I mean? Devin did say that he was nervous when he came into the date, but every time they asked him a question, he kind of gave like a group answer. Well, we this, and they're like, dude, no, we're talking to you. We want to know what you think. We want to hear from your mouth. Okay. And it looked like he clammed up a little bit more when Bello walked in. Now Bello said that there's a big difference between attraction and being drawn to someone. And he's attracted to some of the other ladies, but he's drawn to Dominique. Okay. And he said he made that distinction for a reason. Cardi said that he wants to piggyback off of that because him and Dom have a very strong connection.
Oh, you can't steal my answer.
Huh?
Right. When he said so, you can't steal my answer.
Right. So they asked Devin if Dominique is the type of woman that you're looking for. And he's like, she's the type of woman that most men are looking for. And they're like, dude, we're talking to you. We're not talking to most men. So Dom said, he came in here with open wounds and her friends are like beasts. They can smell the meat and the blood and they attacked immediately. Okay. He said he's uncomfortable because Cardi over there next to his girl. She's like, yeah, well, that's not really what you giving. Okay. I need someone that's going to stand on business about me because I'm going to stand on business about you. And he said that he doesn't understand the insinuation that he doesn't love her out loud. And her friends are saying, well, clearly whatever you giving, she's not getting it. And that's why we're here.
Okay.
And really it was just to be continued. That was it.
And that was it, y'all, of the Ready to
You don't know who got chose and who's going home.
Well, who do you think's going home?
Devin.
Okay. Devin. All right. Well, y'all drop in the chat. Let us know who you think is going home, and y'all in the replay gang. Y'all make sure y'all drop it in the comments. Do not forget tonight at 10 p.m. we do have our Force recap. Yes, little baby, I'm sorry you caught the end, but go watch the replay.
Okay, I think Cardi. They said by Devin and Cardi. Oh, y'all think both?
I definitely think Cardi's going home.
That's my guess. 2 people.
But yeah, y'all, if you haven't already, wherever you're watching from, please make sure you go ahead and hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure that you guys are subscribed.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms. That's the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, the IG, the Blue Sky, and the Lemonade. What else? And the Snapchat now. Oh, and y'all, wherever Really Be has went, because again, she's double booked. That means she got another video going on somewhere. So y'all go follow her there, okay, and support. But yeah, we'll catch you next Sunday for another Ready to Love recap. And Happy New Year, because next time we see you, it will be a new year. All right. Love y'all. Be safe. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you, Smoke Dragon. And yeah, we'll catch y'all next week or see y'all in 2026, y'all. Bye-bye.